WTF Nation Radio.
voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
And we are back. After that early break, I think we were forced by that alien Mark Zuckerberg to take a break.
The powers to be. That's ridiculous.
So
That
I
got me a little heated a little bit, but I'm just gonna bite my tongue this time.
You know what? I'm really I'm a big supporter of not biting your tongue and saying, free speech is a thing. So I think we ought to say, whatever we're feeling, and if you get what I prefer is to, you say what you want, but you back it up with facts. And and then you can dispute the facts or whatever. As far as getting zucked, I don't know. Hey Holly, how you doing? I'm just gonna say maybe that was a technical glitch. I won't say we got zucked. I'm gonna say that was just a very coincidental technical difficulty. But we are back.
I was about to get into MK Ultra and stuff like that. You know? I was getting into it.
So at the time, we were talking about the occurrence of Bell's palsy in some vaccine recipients from the test group. The test group tested 20,000 people, and that many developed Bell's palsy. And I explained that Bell's palsy is not considered a permanent thing, but it's a rare instance, and it won't disappear. Sometimes it takes 3 to 6 months for it to disappear, but it will disappear in very rare cases.
A microstroke.
It's actually just a nerve thing. It's just a nerve, an inflamed nerve.
I got like one side of my face that I can't ever feel.
Probably because you keep on poking the damn thing. So Bell's palsy is not considered permanent, but in rare cases it does not disappear. Currently, there is no known cure for Bell's palsy. However, recovery usually begins within 2 weeks or up to 6 months from the onset of the symptoms. Most people with Bell's palsy recover full facial strength and expression. So, 4 people out of a pool of 20,000 developed this due to the Rona vaccine. So that's all that I was trying to say. I wasn't saying that the damn vaccine causes Bell's palsy. Just saying.
It's just a weird side effect.
There are side effects. I'm concerned.
Get it.
I'm concerned about the side effects. I'm concerned about the side effects being like Rona light. You're not going to. It'll protect you against the Rona, but you're going to contract Rona light. You're going to get sick. You're going to be fatigued for a couple of, and it's like a 2-round thing.
I was reading a lot of people were catching like a fever and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of get this weird. I mean, it's like, well, I don't know if you remember the flu mist, the Flonase.
Flonase, yeah.
Yes. You get that. I swear 30, 45 minutes later, I'd be like, oh my God, why do I feel like this? That was just me. I don't know if it was a placebo effect, but it made me feel like crap.
I got a flu shot this year. For the last 2 years, I've gotten a flu shot purposefully. I haven't been made to take it. Normally, the only other times.
Full this year. Like went in and got it. The VA said I could go to the CVS and get it. I didn't normally get it because I was living in a house with someone who was immune compromised, so I just didn't want to even risk that. It's just but I got the vaccination, and I made a conscious effort to pay attention to side effects if there was any. I had none. A lot of people say, they get the sore arm.
They get I had a sore arm, that was it. I didn't feel bad. I woke up the next morning. I felt great. I got up just like at the normal time. I didn't feel lethargic. I made breakfast at 4:00 in the damn morning, and I went to work, and I felt fine. Normally you get a.
The only reason why this year was because of this coronavirus thing. I was like, that's one less thing I need to worry about.
Right.
Knock the flu off of it, even though that's what flu vaccines are like, 50 or 70% effective or something like that. Huh?
If that, sometimes they miss it, sometimes they get it. Flu season's not over yet, so we'll find out. It's precaution. I don't need to be down for the count and miss work, and if I miss work, I miss income, and that kind of goes downhill after that. For so many people,
no one needs to lose income right now.
No, not at all. There was I saw, and I don't know how many facts are involved in this, but they were talking about you get a stimulus check if you get the coronavirus vaccination.
So they're going to pay people to get the vaccine?
Yeah.
I know they're talking about like a card that you carry around that says you've been vaccinated.
That's
kind of like what they make dogs wear, the little tag for
the little rabies tag. You get a little rabies tag. No, I'm not down for that. If they're going to, they meaning if government, if Uncle Sugar is going to say, hey, we're going to give you a stimulus check if you get the coronavirus vaccine, I'm like, I'm of the mind where keep your cash. I can't be bought for $1,500. I don't think I'm down for that.
That to me is sketchy.
It's
I don't
very
know if
sketchy.
that's true. Is that just like word of mouth you heard?
That was
around on the internet?
That was a word of mouth, and that was some BS on Facebook.
No, that seems sketchy to me.
It does.
Like if the government's come up to me and be like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you to do this," I'm like, yeah, you can get gone. Because the last time they paid me to do something, I spent 10 years in the army, and look where I'm at now.
Look at you, man. You and your damn Punisher hat and your sexy ass beard. Look at you. So there's let's get beyond the vaccine thing. There's a country out there and it has issued some more recommendations for their flight crews, their flight attendants. I think a flight attendant or a stewardess is not the right term to use anymore. Flight attendant. I think it would just be a flight attendant because stewardess. Yeah, stewardesses would female, or steward or stewardess would be a male or female.
That effeminates or emasculates someone, and that's a no-go in today's society. So you just want to kind of just give everyone kind of like a general term.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Isn't there a song? Didn't Jay Rady make a song like that?
Yes.
So anyway, as the coronavirus pandemic rages on, this is not my words. This is the words from this article, and this is from the lovely country of China. As the coronavirus pandemic rages on transportation, officials around the world have been looking for ways to keep passengers and crew safe on board planes. Over Thanksgiving, the Civil Aviation Administration of China released new guidelines for the country's airline industry, which it oversees. Of course, the government oversees pretty much everything in the country of China. The government, the document titled Technical Guidelines for Epidemic Prevention and Control for Airlines, 6th edition, contains advice about the best hygiene practices to carry out on aircraft and in airports. Tell me what sounds weird here. I'm going to give you a list of PPE, personal protective equipment, that is recommended for the aircrew. A section on PPE advises cabin crew on flights to and from high-risk countries, which I think most countries are high risk. I think countries that are labeled not high risk aren't actually accurately reporting their stuff. That is my opinion. That is my opinion. Did you notice, if you look at that worldometer, China
thing just kind of just dipped out.
At one point, it went down as drastically as Biden's votes went up. Even more so. They just kind of stopped. They just stopped reporting. I think they just stopped reporting everything. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So a section of PPE advises cabin crew on flights to and from high-risk countries to wear, and here's the list. Tell me when something sounds really strange to you. Medical masks, double-layer disposable medical gloves, goggles, disposable hats, disposable protective clothing, disposable shoe coverings. It is furthermore recommended that the cabin crew wears disposable diapers and avoid using the lavatory.
So just wait.
on a list of PPE, this agency in China recommended that the flight crew wear diapers.
Just straight up, like, I got a shit.
And avoid using lavatories, barring special circumstances, to avoid infection risks. And this is all because of there was one passenger that flew from Italy to South Korea who, through contact tracing, she contracted the coronavirus because she went to the bathroom during the flight. And that was the only place that she said that she did not wear her mask, is when she was in the lavatory. All right.
Okay. My brain hurts.
Those are the things that's the thing that came out. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying it's the thing that came out.
This is why I'm not like I don't got my sister's got a PhD. I don't got one because I'm a little slow when it comes to things like this. Let the doctors figure this out. But to me, I think literally defecating myself is more of a health hazard to everyone around me than using a bathroom.
But they say barring special circumstances, I guess pooping might be a special circumstance. But if you got to pee, just, let it go. Wear a diaper, let it go.
Just go the Army way and carry a Gatorade bottle with you.
I guess they just trying to keep their flight crew out of the lavatories. I say have a special lavatory for the flight crew. I don't know.
That makes sense.
That makes sense
I don't know if you ever watched that show back in the day. It was a Home Improvement where they had the self-cleaning kitchen where every time the door would close, it would like clean itself. Like have a bathroom that sprays some.
It's not a kitchen in the shower, like a shower cleaner.
Yeah, it just shoots its thing in there and disinfects, and no one can use it until the disinfect time, like 10 minutes or whatever it is, and then boom, it's clear to go at that point. No? Oh, I'm going to copyright that, by the way. TM, copyrighted.
Trademark, copyright, whatever it means. It's yours. It's yours.
That little R on the side of it, yeah, I got that. I'm reserved on that, and patent pending,
registered. So that's that. All this crazy stuff is going on, but I got a Florida man story, and this isn't your typical, guy, jumps into a pond and wrestles a gator and stuff like that. It's not a story. It's not a story like that. This is a good story. And I'm getting into the later stories of the show, and I'm going to be a little, good news, uplifting, not beat down politic crap. So, Florida man to the rescue. Michael Esmond's generosity started last year when he paid the utility bills of 36 households in his community of Gulf Breeze, Florida. This year, with both Hurricane Sally and COVID-induced economic turmoil hitting the city, he thought that he needed to up the ante. This year, to me, probably is more meaningful. This is a quote. Is probably more meaningful than last year with the pandemic and all of the people out of work having to stay home, Edmond told the news station. Hurricane Sally slammed us pretty good, and it hurt a lot of people. We still have a lot of people with blue roofs here. We're just where their roofs are just covered in blue tarps.
Tarps, yeah.
So Esmond donated $7,615.40 to pay for the past due bills of 114 households. Holiday cards are being sent out right now to notify the residents. They're going to be mailed this week. So he got a hold of the Public Works Department and said, okay, who's in danger of getting shut off, and he went and paid their bill for them.
It's kind of like that whole like when you try to pay your bill, they give you all these security questions. Like, so if someone wanted to pay my bill for me, you're still gonna get your money. He had to go to Public Works to go through this whole hoopla in order to just be like, hey, I want to pay these people.
See, what I like seeing is like folks that'll like call a school and say, let me pay off all the lunch debt for the kids that aren't eating.
See, yeah, that's legit.
I fucking love that.
Kids should pay for lunch at school.
I love that. And it'd be good. It would be cool, kind of cool to be like do a GoFundMe and like pay all these bills and shit. But everyone donating from around the country to do just someone else who doesn't live near you. I mean, do it in your own community.
Yeah,
or call a school and
just drop a bag of cash. And was it New York? Who was he doing that? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
A couple years back, where he just randomly a bag of cash would appear at someone's desk or something like that, and they'd open it up and like, oh crap, there's money. Like, okay, cool.
There's so much cool stuff out there on Facebook. What I don't like is if you're going to help somebody. Don't have the fucking camera rolling. Just do it because it's the right fucking thing to do.
Yeah, like them YouTube guys that go around like, oh, we'll buy you socks, going around all homeless people and buy you socks and food stuff, and it's like,
look at this,
doing it for the views and likes.
Look at this starving person on the side of the road. Here, let's take a selfie, and I'm going to go buy you some shoes and some food and whatever. And then guess what? You're still going to be living on the fucking street. You'll just have new shoes and maybe a little bit of food.
That's just,
Yeah,
I don't know. Do your good deeds anonymously this year. Do it like Santa Claus does. Just roll up in the middle of the night and just be dropping things down onto the tree,
Yeah, try not to get shot.
No, yeah. Don't be busting. I did not condone busting into people's house and getting them stuff.
Kick their door down. I'm here to give you stuff. Oh, gosh. Oh, my fucking chest wound.
ATF.
Or you knock on the door of a fucking meth house. That'd be my luck. I'd knock on a destitute house or something. Hey, man, you guys need some help? Yeah, man. Give me your wallet.
It's like the whole. I like try to do the Toys for Tots thing.
Oh, I always do Toys
during
for
holidays.
Tots. You know what I've noticed this year? I'm out, and when I go and pick up my groceries or something, normally I see bell ringers. I saw bell ringers around Thanksgiving. I haven't seen them since.
Walmart. I've seen them outside of Walmart. That's about it. And normally they're outside all the big, like grocery store chains and everything like that. The only place I've seen them is out front of Walmart. I don't go to Target, so I can't really tell you if I've seen them outside there. But
I like Target a lot better than Walmart, but it's an inconvenient stop for me. Walmart's more convenient. Thanks to whoever decides on where to plant a Walmart. Kudos to you, man, because I prefer to go to my Walmart than to Target just because traffic and things. It's very inconvenient to get to, so I typically go to Walmart. But dude, I haven't gone into a Walmart in probably a month. A little bit more than a month. Everything, I'll do my shopping online. I'll go and pick it up, and then someone shows up. I don't even have to. I just have to say, yeah, this is who I am, and pop my trunk, and they fill my trunk up full of the groceries that I ordered, and I go home.
I try to keep it down to about once a month kind of thing. Just buy all the essentials for the house for the month, and then just keep it at that. And
I guess that's the way to do it. So we got some space news. Space news. These are the last two. These aren't the last two stories, are they really? They are the last two stories.
My COVID rant got cut off, man.
I know. Kind of threw me off my game here. This sucks. I got two stories left. Maybe we can make it last for 40 minutes. So we got this one. Space news. NASA has named North Carolina native Christina Cook to the Artemis moon landing program. Actually, until she was named as a one of the astronauts on the list, I had no idea that we had a moon mission, a lunar landing mission in the works. This is pretty awesome. Cook is one of 18 astronauts, half of them women, who will train for NASA's program that is aiming for a moon landing by 2024, which is right around the corner, man. It's only a few years away. She and fellow astronaut Jessica Meir performed the world's first all-female spacewalk last year. They will now train together on lunar landing missions. I remember that all-female spacewalk, and here I am, the misogynistic brain of me, was like, what do you think they're talking about? It's like a bunch of women going to the bathroom. What do they talk about? So I think that's pretty cool. So Cook is a graduate of NC State University and North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics in Durham. The trip would mark the first time humans would land on the moon since 1972. The Artemis mission is expected to be split up into three parts, and this is kind of like the original moon landing. It was practice. Okay, the real thing. Artemis 1 will launch in 2021 with 2 test flights around the moon without astronauts. Artemis 2 will launch in 2023 with astronauts on board, and they just kind of go around the moon. And Artemis 3 will bring astronauts back to the moon's surface in 2024. I'm really excited about that. I think that'd be awesome. China had a drone land on the moon. They actually planted a China flag on the moon.
Ooh,
yeah,
scary.
Yeah. So you've seen you've seen Space Force on Netflix?
No, I haven't actually.
Dude, you should see that. I can't wait for the second season.
What's the Cantrell in it
Steve,
or whatever?
Steve Carroll. Steve Carroll.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Their lunar lander goes and runs over the fucking China flag, and or the China lander runs over the United States flag. One of the two. It's just great. It's really awesome, and this is coming to fruition in real life right now. So yeah, I mean, to have human boots on the moon. Boots on the moon was a big thing. It was a big saying in Space Force. Boots on the moon.
No,
you really should. I mean, watch that. It's very it's entertaining to say the least.
I'll take a look at it. It's just I don't really watch them sitcom. Like everyone gets into The Office real big, and that's one of the things that
that's so funny.
Never get it.
It's never so funny. Carrie Kane says, "Didn't that name get in trouble?" I think it did, but I think they worked.
Actually, I remember the whole story behind it.
I think they worked it out. I think
Netflix beat the actual government on like a trademark of Space Force because they came out with the Space Force. It was this whole hoopla. Like,
who came up with the idea first wins?
Yeah, I guess whoever trademarks anything first pretty much wins on that. I guess they had trademarked the Space Force, but then the government was just like, well, we can do whatever the hell we want, so screw you,
So there was an entire season of Space Force, and it was good, and it ended, and it left an opening for season 2, and I'm really hoping that they make another continuation on that. It was good. It's good. It's horrible. Good acting. It's funny. It's a situation comedy, so it works for me. It works for me. Oh, and more news with Christina Cook. She just got back from space herself. I mean, she spent 328 days in space. That's a long-ass time.
Didn't the guy spend a whole year up there? He was a twin. Spent a whole year up there, and he came back. His entire DNA structure had been like rewired or something like that. His entire body changed. Yeah, I mean, because your certain muscles will atrophy, just to your body's conserving resources, and it's reassigning resources to where it's needed the most. So unless you're doing the exact same things that you were doing on Earth, of course you're in 0G. So your body's going to change. And even Christina was saying that she's back on Earth right now, but her muscles are constantly sore because they're rebuilding themselves. Yeah, well, you don't got to use them. I don't know if you ever seen that series, The Expanse. Like the further humanity started going out in the space, they started like elongating and adapting to the low gravity and stuff like that. Weird sci-fi stuff.
I like that. I like that weird sci-fi stuff. It's entertaining.
It's a series. It's on Amazon Prime. It started out on Sci-Fi and moved over to Amazon Prime.
What was it called? The Expanse. The Expanse. Yes. Okay. I have seen it. I haven't watched it, but I have seen it, and it does look intriguing. And now that you have given it your Pookie's seal of approval,
I've seen the first season of it. I haven't really gotten Amazon Prime because it's one of the things where I've kind of got on the back burner because I'm still catching up with certain things, and Disney Plus keeps getting me with new shows and stuff like that.
Okay, let's talk about Disney Plus for a second. This wasn't on the schedule. What I've heard. And I don't know. I don't have Disney Plus because I don't have any TV. Everything I see is on Netflix. So what I've heard is, as far as Disney Plus, the only thing worth watching on Disney Plus is if you're a Disney movie lover. Yes, there's all those options, but the only thing that's really drawing people is The Mandalorian.
That's the only thing that I think, in my opinion, is carrying the entire weight of Disney Plus right now is The Mandalorian.
I mean, we had when I was younger, and we had when I had kids, we had an entire VHS collection of like every freaking Disney movie there ever was. So weekend comes, kids want to watch a movie, they'd always pop in a Disney flick. And even when we were younger, it was just like everyone would just go and grab a VHS tape or grab a DVD and throw it in, and it was 8 times out of 10 probably a Disney produced movie, and being a Star Wars or some kind of Aladdin, Shrek or something like that.
Well, I mean, I know there's a bunch. This is probably more for Tuesday's show, but there's a bunch of. They just recently announced a bunch of Star Wars shows coming out on the Star Wars website. They've got like an Obi-Wan coming out. They've got a bunch of Secret Name one's coming out.
So these are like spin-offs
from The Mandalorian that are starting to pop up. Like there's, if you don't watch The Mandalorian, there's a character that kind of popped up named Ahsoka. She's been through like all the animated series, and they finally real life appearance kind of. They're already talking about doing a spin-off of her, and it's because Disney's good at like milking the proverbial cow till it's dry, pretty much.
Very much. I got sucked into a spin-off of Star Wars, and that was that animated Star Wars.
The Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. I didn't.
I liked it. I love it. Started out. It was actually on Cartoon Network. It was before Disney had purchased it.
See, I didn't like it because I saw it in the theaters, and I hated it because it was extremely loud. And I mean, that may have been the fault of the theater that I saw it in.
So that was like the whole THX Lucas Arts thing. Like the audience is now listening. I used to joke like now the audience is deaf because that whole THX experience where it's trying to give you permanent tinnitus, 3M earplug claims kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. I spent probably 3/4 of that movie with my fingers in my ears just because it was too loud for me. I ain't no pussy either.
No, I remember, back in the day that THX, anytime like Lucasfilms or LucasArts would come out with something, THX is like proprietary to that, I believe, actually.
So Kerry Kane is saying that he likes to watch Beauty and the Beast every now and again, and he loves Aladdin. Apparently now Ashoka is confirmed.
So, yeah, Ahsoka. They confirmed that. There's a whole bunch coming down. They're doing a Rogue Squadron. It was all on the Star Wars website. This was actually like probably about like 3 minutes before we started the show earlier. I was just kind of flipping through my phone looking at it. I was like, wow, they're announcing all this. It's because The Mandalorian is carrying their entire streaming platform. So they figured, well, why don't we just milk the proverbial cow till it's dry, just make it to where no one wants to watch it. They ruined the prequels, not the prequels, the sequels of Star Wars. Disney, as soon as they got their hand on it, they destroyed it. Mandalorian was doing great because they have a great director. But, we're getting nerdy talk here, but... Yeah, this is more for Tuesday's show.
Yeah, I think this is a Tuesday thing. I don't want to take any ammo out of the bandolier of CQ and radar. I do like a good entertaining, movie. It doesn't matter if it's animated. It doesn't matter if it's like people acting or anything like that. It's just I like a good entertaining movie, and I haven't seen any of those yet. Lately.
I saw the new Milan. I actually liked it on Disney Plus.
Get me back into the theater. I like going to movies. Release something and get me back in the theater.
I haven't been much of a moviegoer since the
Rona is one thing. Rona's kind of,
and I don't know. It's just something grungy about it to me. I just, especially when you got screaming kids, and I'd just rather sit at home and watch my movies in my own comfort.
All of my local theaters have turned into movie taverns. So they sell there's a legit kitchen in there, and you go there early. You get there early. Yeah. You order a meal, and it's like you're in a restaurant. You're just eating it, and there's a big ass movie playing. I like that.
That's a really big thing in Texas. It's a really popular model. I tried it probably about 6 years ago. They had one in Houston. I was like, what is this? Oh, you order your dinner. Then you watch the movie, and then they bring the dinner out to you while you're watching the movie. This has got to be distracted. Get in the theater, everything's spaced out nice. Yeah. You got all the room in the world, and it's I was like, oh wow. And
the servers are really attentive, and you've got a button. Yeah, you got a button. It's big in Bahrain. Bahrain's like that. You'll pay $30-$40 American dollars to go to a movie, but damn, it's nice.
You pretty much spend that much to go to an AMC movie theater. That's like ride business coach on a American Airlines,
So a few weeks ago, we did a story, since we're on the space thing, on the space theme here. We talked about the Hayabusa 2 rocket that went and it launched a long time ago, and it orbited an asteroid for 18 months, and then it finally touched down and took a soil sample from the asteroid. And that's it was amazing when I read that story, when I saw that story, that this spacecraft is just it's kind of teasing this asteroid, and then it touched down. It deployed some explosives and it collected some soil from this asteroid. Well, that soil sample has made it back to Earth. And it's
like a horror movie in the making right there.
So the Hayabusa 2 orbited above the Ryugu asteroid for a few months before landing. And then it used a small explosive to blast a crater and then collected the resulting debris, with the expectation that some 100 milligrams could be gathered. They went there for 100 milligrams of soil or dust or whatever. So after dropping off the capsule, it went in there. It blasted, collected some dust. So until it came back to the Earth, they had no idea what they had. So they're looking at a container that has about 100 milligrams, which is 0.003 ounces of dust. And it's going to be analyzed. I can't wait to see the results.
Maybe we'll see some life on it. That'd be pretty cool and scary at the same time.
It's like there's some kind of nematode on there just going, fuck.
It's like that movie Life. I don't know if you see that movie Life. Did you see that movie? Life. A sci-fi movie? I think it had Chris Pratt in it.
Talk about it. Maybe I have.
It was like this weird microbe thing, and they got it on the space station, and they're studying. It started evolving and becoming intelligent, and finally, it started killing everyone.
Oh, no. I mean, I saw the thing. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but that's more of an Antarctic type of scenery.
The original thing from like way or John Carpenter's thing or the new thing. The new thing sucked. John Carpenter's was the best, I think. Nerd stuff again. Here we go.
So speaking of nerd stuff, SpaceX launched
that was an amazing launch.
The heavy rocket. It looked like a big ass dildo with fins on it. Just a big stainless dildo. It's what it looked like, and that was my first reaction. First reactions kind of mean things.
It's it's not the main. That's not a main stage booster. It's like a late stage booster, right?
I have no idea what the configuration was. What I'm thinking is that's going to be one of several engines that are on the rocket. And they're
talking about pushing some heavy payloads out here soon. Is what they're trying to get at. They're trying to put they're on Mars. Is what their goal is.
Their end goal is Mars, and this is what they're trying to develop to send astronauts to Mars. Which is another good Netflix show. Can't remember who the actor is. Damn it.
Matt Damon.
Not Matt Damon. It's not that one. It's a recent Netflix release that has.
Is it like a docuseries kind of thing where they kind of actually had like the big talking heads like Neil deGrasse Tyson and all them, like kind of like talking science? No,
this is just a I guess it would be a drama. But a bunch of astronauts that are chosen, they launch up. One of the captain of the ship, her husband ended up having a stroke while she was like on the moon staging to launch to Mars. And the entire thing is, husband, daughter are back on Earth. Mom is in space, and it's her journey to Mars. And their mission is to to put boots on Mars.